everyone, my name is Maria Thomas and I'm a first year medical student. And one of the topics we were discussing in class today was regarding chromosome separation during the metaphase-anaphase transition, and there seemed to be a lot of different players. So I just thought that I'd make a video with a little backstory to make this topic a little more interesting. So just to give you guys a bit of context, I thought I'd start by introducing the major players to the story. So we have our sister chromatids from the chromosome of concern that are going to be separated. We have the microtubules from either end of the cell, which are trying to do this separation. We have cohesin, which is a protein that sort of forms a ring around the sister chromatids at the centromere, preventing them from being separated. Another protein called separase, which is trying to prevent this or to break apart this ring so that you can separate the sister chromatids. Another protein called securin, which prevents separase from breaking open the cohesin ring. Another protein called anaphase promoting complex / cyclosome, which is trying to ubiquitinate the securin to send it for degradation. And finally, we have the spindle checkpoint, which is a pathway which senses whether or not the sister chromatids have sufficient tension from the microtubules on either end. And if that's okay, then it will activate the APC/C and allow it to degrade securin. So that was a lot. Let's try and create a story around this to see if it becomes a little bit easier to understand. Just a quick disclaimer before we start the story. The world in this story is not very progressive, so I apologize for that, but hopefully this helps you remember. So here are our two sister chromatids. They're like twin sisters, and they're very close. They never want to be separated, want to be together forever. But there are guys from these two opposing families that pretty much want to marry these girls and separate them. And so they're extending microtubules to pretty much, separate them. Now here's when Mama Cohesin comes to play. She's like, I'm not going to let you separate my girls. And so she extends her hands around the girls, forms a ring, and prevents them from being separated. But there are these other evil forces in the family who really don't want these girls to be together, and let's call them the evil uncles, and they're separase, and they really want to break this mama's bond and have the two girls separate. Now this is where Daddy Securin comes into play. He pretty much tells the evil uncles, not on my watch, and prevents them from breaking open the cohesin ring. But now, when these suitor guys have extended their microtubules all the way and have fully attached to the sister chromatids on both sides, this primitive court system comes into play. I'm going to call it the spindle checkpoint court. And they pretty much determine that, these two suitor guys, since they're extending nice and equal microtubules, they are justified in their desire to separate the girls and marry them, and that Daddy Securin is no longer justified in preventing these guys from marrying the girls. So what they do is to send this law enforcement official called the APC/C, anaphase promoting complex, which is going to throw Daddy Securin in prison and condemn him to die by pretty much ubiquitinating him. And now, since the Daddy Securin isn't around to control the evil uncles anymore, the separases are free to do pretty much whatever they want. And so now they can pretty much cleave off the Mama Cohesin's bond, and which was the only thing that was holding the two girls together. And so what does this mean for the family? Well, this is the result. The two sister chromatids are pretty much brutally separated, and they're sent off to marry these two different suitors in two different families. And Mama Cohesin, her bond was broken, and Daddy Securin was condemned to die. And so the only person who's happy about this whole scenario is the evil Uncle Separates, who wanted this all along. So the next time you think about mitosis, just remember this tragic story, this tragic saga of anaphase. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you to remember some of the key players in this process of anaphase. There are a number of other players as well in terms of cyclin dependent kinase, but we're not going to discuss that in this video. But I hope it was helpful. Thank you.